Hoosiers! Hoosiers! Boom, baby! Wowzer. Absolute wowzer. I mean, that's what I'm talking about, guys. We talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about this. And we talked about it. This team's makeup is something special. There's really, really good rooted leadership in this team. There's unique positional players that do unique things well across the board. Especially, I mean, golly, we didn't have our best receiver, but we had our receiving core each have individual traits that the other ones don't have. So at key moments, if we need a certain thing, we can go to it. In this game, I was a little bit worried because we didn't have Waffle House, and he does really like the 10-yard out, and he usually gets like 2 first downs a game, and those 2 first downs are freaking huge. But what a win. You can see my reaction of like predicting the last drive. I wasn't really worried about us winning. I know it's like easy to say now, but literally you can watch the video I posted across all platforms of me reacting that we were going to score with 2 minutes left on 3rd down in the end zone. I thought we were going to run a post route or an out route to Cooper, but we ended up running a post route. So I'm going to break down what exactly happened in that last play, and then I'm going to jump into grades and reviewing the team. I'm not going to be focused on Penn State that much. I thought their effort was incredible. I think James Franklin is the most overrated, dumbest coach ever. So the fact that they played better without him does not surprise me at all. So let's jump into this. So what Penn State down the stretch kept figuring out was that Indiana's offensive line is not picking up blitzes that well, and Indiana's route concepts were not really giving Mendoza an easy, like, get rid of the ball type of read. So they were just going to keep hitting this pedal of gas to the floor, bring everybody. So what ended up happening is on that last play, you had Cooper in the slot. Cooper runs a post. This receiver runs an out. This receiver stayed away. I think the tight end stayed. I didn't watch the film on it, but this is like off my memory. And every single one of the defenders for Penn State came. This guy spun down. So essentially, this guy actually had the tight end. So essentially, it was one-on-one on the outside. And then, Mendoza steps in the pocket, stays strong, throws it deep in the end zone. Incredible catch by Cooper. I mean, maybe one of the best college football catches of the year or of the last 5 years. I mean, what a key catch at a key moment. But I think for this team, you got to be so proud of if you're an Indiana fan, just because of how tough and resilient they are. That's what makes really great football teams special. And the teams I grew up on, we used to do this. We used to literally play a team that was worse than us and still win, even if we didn't play that good of a game. But that being said, IU did play a really good game today. Let's talk about grades. Let's talk about stats. Cignetti, what grade do I give him? Oh man, I mean, you gotta give him an A. I mean, he's got a team that has a mentality that can do things. They can play great. They can play so-so. They can make mistakes, throw an interception at a key moment in a game. And their offense responds, their defense responds, full team effort, good on the special teams, multiple field goals. I'll get into that. Mendoza, what grade do I give him? You got to give him an A. I mean, there's the highest level grade I can give someone is champion, and I don't really give it out ever. I think I've only given it out one time, and that was to Notre Dame's quarterback last year, Riley Leonard, against, I believe it was Penn State. I can't give him that grade yet. I'm saving it for him, but I think that's an extremely, incredibly tough A, resilient, without his first or second best receiver. Nonetheless, 218 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. So many good throws, so many badass throws, so many times stepping up in the pocket. And Mendoza's clock right now is flat out on point. We talk about this a lot as a quarterback. When do you have to get rid of the football? All right, you don't want to hold it too long because you're going to throw a sack. You don't want to throw it too early because you want the play to develop. So there's a little window that you want to hit, and he's doing a great job of that. I mean, you see him extending plays, mental awareness, film study. There's everything you like to see in a quarterback. To me, this is his Heisman Trophy game. We might even have a Heisman Trophy winner at Indiana University. That is un-effing believable. When I went there, I couldn't even imagine us being ever good at football. My whole life, and the fact that we got this kid playing great, that's unbelievable. Offense, I'm going to give them an overall B+. Weren't as fiery as they normally are. Rushed for 108 yards, passed for 218. So it's still a great team, still a great offense, still a great win. Another thing that's great about this win is Penn State has athletes, man. They have top tier athletes. There's not a good team like put together, and that's schematically an incredible team. All right, but they have athletes. So not only do you get that with this win, but the other thing you get with this win that's so important is you get a win where it took guts. This is game on the line win. I mean, there's going to be moments in the college football playoff where the same thing's going to happen, and the fact that IU's got this experience is flat out incredible. I mean, it's just awesome to see. Okay, defense, I'm going to give them also a B+. Not an absolutely incredible defensive performance, but hey, they did their job, played solid D, B+. Not going to give them an A, give them a B+. I think that's a fair special grade. Special teams, A+. The only thing they had was like a little bit of a kick return. That wasn't, I thought we could have done better there, but multiple field goals. I thought in general, special teams, such an important element of the game. Toughness, A+, without a doubt. I already talked about that. And then lastly, I didn't put it on here, but crowd. I'm going to give Penn State's crowd also an A. I thought it was an electric crowd. I mean, rightfully so. Great stadium, great fan base. They deserve more. That's why they had to get rid of James Franklin. Let's talk about a couple key players here. Charlie Becker, holy cow. He's our 4th string receiver. 7 catches, 118 yards. All right, he had that crazy catch, little fade route, back shoulder on the sideline, going down, for that game-winning drive. Flat out incredible. He had other catches over the middle that were flat out awesome catches. High pointing the ball, bringing it in tough moments, in key moments. Flat out incredible. Charlie Beck, congratulations. That was an amazing game that you played. We talked about this in the pregame. Nowinski, I don't even have to say that right, but his first name's Riley. 3 catches, 51 yards. We said this in the pregame. I said this in the pregame. Tight end for us. So important. I think 37. What's so important to get him active in the pass game? Why? Because you want that on tape. I want all these teams seeing that, okay, not only do we have Cooper, not only do we have Waffle House, not only do we have Williams Jr., we got this tight end too that can also pass catch. He's an incredible run blocker. All right, Riley Nowinski is an incredible run blocker. Okay, he's great at just getting contact, drops his hips well, hits his play side number. Really freaking good work. Congratulations, Riley. Incredible game, brother. All right, let's keep going. Cooper, leadership win. I mean, how can you not like that catch over the top here? Leadership win from a veteran player in a key moment, playing his role as the #1 receiver in this game. 6 catches, 32 yards, 1 TD. Flat out incredible game by Cooper. I think he might have had a drop. I'm maybe spacing on that, but nonetheless, made up for it. Great effort, great heart. Congratulations, Cooper. All right, and lastly, I want to give a shout out to 2 guys on the defense. Hetty, I believe I'm saying his name right, 12 tackles. That's flat out incredible. I think most of them were even solo tackles. That's like total combined tackles, 12, multiple solo, and of course Fisher with another interception. I mean, the guy's just in the right place at the right time, playing really good football, battling a little bit of an injury, flat out incredible. Okay, moving forward for the IU Hoosiers, you just got to finish strong. You got to get healthy. You got to finish strong. Got to continually work your concepts. But golly, you got to feel incredible, enthusiastic, pumped up, all the positive adjectives about this team right now because they're just put together to win. They're so unique, once again, because the skill sets each of these guys have especially the skills position really comes together as a full team, and you gotta love Mendoza's leadership. Okay, Mendoza, he's just a good dude. He just generally is just a good human being that has a mental toughness to him, and that's an impressive trait that he has as a person. And so you gotta love that if you're an IU fan. This team is special. Man, you just hope this team can go the distance because this is a team that you will talk about for decades to come. All right, the only thing I think we got to improve on, I talk about this a lot for IU, is, man, picking up blitzes in college football is just a really hard thing because it's just the communication has to be so good, the intelligence level has to be so high because these defensive concepts that college defenses coming at you are pretty complex. And some people are running especially Ohio State are running the Patriots defense, right? Really complex defense. I got a video about that coming out, but nonetheless, let's keep it going. So once again, offensive line blocking, it really comes down to just communication on the O-line, especially pre-game communication, meaning like schemes that are decided pre-game. And then, of course, like the quarterback being the main person calling out blitzes, okay? And also, it's super important, if you see a guy coming off the edge, like let's say this running back goes and this guy comes, so he's our free rusher, that's in a way on the quarterback to essentially know that guy's coming and he's like on me, right? He's literally coming on me on a free rush and nobody's going to block him and no one should block him. It's for me to get rid of the football in a timely manner. Okay, so you saw that a couple of times, and then there's also a couple of times where they just, blitzed the same gap with multiple guys and got through and got home. But nonetheless, I mean, tough football games, you're going to get sacked. Okay, that's the bottom line. But how can IU respond? Film study, once again, huge game for the IU offense because it's a really incredible experience. Even if they lost, I was still going to come on here and say, important game for IU. Feels good that they won, but even if they lost, I would still come on here and say, that's a big game for our playoff future. Being in these key moments in a tough environment on the road and getting that W, or not even getting the W, but just playing these key moments, these key snaps of intensity, like that's what it takes to win national championships. That's a great rep. That's a great experience. All right, everyone should feel good about it. What a win, 27-24. Yes, I predicted us 38-17, and I did actually say in the last video I thought Penn State was going to play tough because they're at home. It's big noon cook-off. They're going to play one game this year solid, and boom, IU weathered the storm. Pretty impressive. Please subscribe. Got a lot more content coming. Once again, I got a video on Ohio State. I'll keep making videos on Indiana University football, of course, and obviously Chicago Cubs. Check out merch, link below. Get yourself a Beers by the Ivy hat. Be a great Christmas gift, let me tell you. An absolutely incredible Christmas gift, especially if you're an IU fan and a Cubs fan. Come on, guys. All right, talk soon. See ya.